Straight up, I'm not aborting my baby. That never crossed my mind. It never came to my mind. That never was an option. Yes, I know that I was 12. And yes, I know I couldn't get no job at that time. But baby, I'm not giving away my baby because obviously God put my baby in this world for a reason. What's your grandson's name? And he was like, I don't know, whatever the hell a damn 11-year-old would fucking name a child. What? Like, this is how fathers react? Got some nerve to be in the fucking hood talking down on your daughter? Your first kid at that? Like, are you crazy? You're just a girlfriend. You're just an add-on. You're just a plus one. So, baby, don't ever overstep the boundaries as if we ever gave a fuck about what you had to say. I think he was 16 when I was 11. But still, nothing ever happened to him. No police were called. No reports were done. So, it's like, are y'all making this okay? Anyways, so
if that bitch gets slick, I'll cut the bitch.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long overdue, I think like 3-4 weeks. Y'all haven't seen me in a while, but your girl is back. Okay, she's back. And we're doing something new today. Y'all see I got my little mic. I'm trying to have that little production going or whatever. I got a little mic. I don't know if it's working or not. Let me know if y'all can hear me. But yeah, we're doing something new today. Because I know y'all probably been wondering where I've been. I've been gone for like maybe 3-4 weeks. I don't know. But I went on a cleanse. I went on a 21-day cleanse. And let me just relax. Why I'm acting like I don't know y'all? Let me just relax. Let me just relax. Hold on. We're gonna do another take. Hey guys! Welcome back to the channel. Cause I know y'all miss me. I got my little drink. It's just some strawberry lemonade. It's a soda. But did y'all peep that I literally got a little wine glass? It's the color of my hair. Yeah. I would get up close, but I don't want to get up and mess up the tea. But cheers. As y'all know, I've been on my God journey recently. Well, I've always been in tune with God, but like recently, babe, we've been here. So, I usually write in my journals, and for the month of May, we had so much going on that I kind of like slacked off. So, when I went back to see how many days I had missed 21 days of me writing in my journal, and that's not okay. I still was praying, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like my journal allows me to get more in tune with my God, okay, period. But yeah, so since I missed 21 days, I decided to devote 21 days back into Him. And a little while before I started, before I had went on my cleanse, God put something on my mind to where I'm supposed to start a podcast called Breaking Generational Curses. So, welcome to the podcast, okay? Welcome to the podcast. My podcast is named Breaking Generational Curses. And basically, I feel like this is my assignment. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to do. But, matter of fact, let me take that back. I do know where it's going. And I do know how it's going to do. Because one thing about it, I got faith in my God. And He going to take me exactly where I need to be. I was supposed to do this way back in April, and I just kept prolonging it, but now it's my time, and everything happens for a reason, and I feel like now I'm ready. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So as y'all can tell by the title, this first episode is going to be basically where it all began, starting from the beginning. And I want to take the time and first like let y'all get to know me, because I feel like a lot of y'all don't really know me for real. Like when I first started my YouTube, I was just doing it for fun. But now I'm like literally falling in love with it. Like I've always been in love with it, but I was just doing it for fun and not taking it seriously. Now I'm trying to take it serious And I see my channel's growing a little bit. And baby, these next few months before the end of 2024, baby, we're gonna be where we need to be. So I just want to take the time and get to know y'all, and y'all for y'all to get to know me. So as y'all already know, more than likely, my name is Lanaya, as y'all can tell by my YouTube name, Lanaya Ajane. Ajane is my middle name. So that's who I am. I am 25. I just turned 25 on May 23rd. I was born in 1999. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, born and raised. I have also lived in Richmond, Virginia at one point in my life, but majority of the rest of my life, I've always lived in Winston. I am the oldest of 7. I'm 25. My brother up under me is 21. Then it's 20. Then it's 18, 16, 4, and 2. So yeah, that's the clique. That's the vibe. Okay. I was raised by my mother. My mother raised 5 of us at the time. My 2 youngest siblings are just now coming, you know, later on in life. But growing up, it was just me, my mom, and my siblings. And she was a single mom, and she did her damn thing with 5 kids. Okay? Clock it. I want y'all to get y'all drinks and take a sip when I take a sip. Okay? Because, baby, we're going to be talking all night. This ain't gonna be like the other little regular little podcast, honey. We gonna go with the flow. We gonna do what I want to do. We gonna do what y'all want to do. And yeah, we ain't gonna be them high city hoes acting like we can't talk about certain things or nah. Ain't nothing off limits. This is a free zone. I feel like God placed this in my life. One, because I've been through a lot. And y'all probably also know from like watching my videos, I'm a young mom. I had my first son at 12, and then my daughter, she's 4 now. I had her on my 21st birthday. So we literally share the same birthday. And my son, I had him April 8th, 2012. So I feel like he gave this to me because this is part of my assignment. Like, growing up, I never, like, it's not like I didn't really want to talk about like my life or like my background, because I didn't care about it, but I didn't like bring it up if a topic came up. Why? Because I feel like people make you feel as though something is wrong with not doing what they're used to, or something is wrong with not doing the ordinary. Like, just because I didn't do it the original way, go to school, marry, and then have kids, then I'm getting looked at sideways. When at the end of the day, babe, no matter how you do it, as long as you get to that finish line, that's all that matters. So I feel like he put this in my life because, for one, I shouldn't be ashamed of having my first child at 12. I shouldn't be ashamed of that because he don't make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. And me having my son at that young age made me the woman that I am today. So now that I am strong enough to be able to talk about it and, you know, express my feelings to the world, he's giving me this platform that's going to grow. Like, we're going to all grow together. And he's giving me this platform to help other young women that may be going through what same thing I went through, or may be going through some other generational curses. And I say generational curse because we're going to get into that. Let me slow down, but we're going to get into that. But basically, like I was saying, I had my first son at 12 and my mom had me at 12. And then generation before her mom had her first kid young. Generation before that, her mom had, you know, their first kid young. So it's like it's passing down generation. But it's not even just the having the kids young that is a generational curse. It's like other things that now that I'm older and now that I've learned like the family tree and what's been going on and all of my, you know, my mom, my grandmother, and her mom, and all the generations, I've learned that it's just more than the kids part that has created a generational curse. It's been single mothers having their kids young, mothers getting abused. Like, it's just so many different aspects that comes all together and creates this cycle that we have going on that I'm here to stop. Okay, so yeah, I start all the way back from the beginning. And as we go from episode to episode, I want you guys to learn about my life. And then I'm going to bring my mom on so, you know, she can tell her side of the story about what she went through. And then I also, want to create an open space for you guys to be able to like send questions in to like my Instagram or Facebook. It don't matter what platform, but be able to send questions in so that we can give feedback and, help you guys that may not even have nobody to talk to. Y'all may not have no mama, brother, sister, cousin to talk to that y'all feel, comfortable with. But y'all got me. So don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. So before we get into it, make sure you do that. Because like I used to say, I know I'm on this God journey, but I'm going to continue to say, if you fuck with me and I'm fucking with you. Period. So I got pregnant at 12 and I had him at 12. And like a month later, a month, 2 weeks, and 3 days to be exact, I turned 13. My mom was 12 also when she got pregnant. My mom's birthday is June the 1st and my birthday May 23rd, like I told y'all. So my mom was 12 when she found out she was pregnant, and I believe my dad was maybe like a year or two older than her. So he may have been like 13, 14 maybe. I believe they were together like since she was maybe like 10 or 11. And when they met, they had me, and like I said, she got pregnant at 12. And she had me May 23rd. And literally just today, y'all, the crazy thing is when I tell you God is so good and God literally works in mysterious ways. And when they say that God literally already got our life planned, they literally mean that. So today, I literally just found out. Now, I don't even know like what made me even look this up, or what made me even like, me and my sister were just talking about the podcast or whatever and how I was going to go into it. Y'all see how I keep going from different places? Stay with me. Stay with me, okay? But me and my sister was, talking about the podcast, and I'm trying to figure out like how I'm gonna go into it, so on and so forth. And something just told me to like, of course I knew my child was born on a Sunday. My son was born on Easter Sunday 12 years ago. And I was like, I wonder what day I was born on. I was literally born on a Sunday. And I'm like, that's just freaking crazy that my mom got pregnant at 12, had me at 12 on a Sunday, and then I was 12 and had my son at 12 on a Sunday, and then here I am recording my first podcast video after I just did a 21-day cleanse and going to be posting this video on a Sunday. Like, when I tell you God is just so good and he worked in mysterious ways, that's how I know this platform gonna do exactly what it needs to do. Okay, period. But so yeah, backtrack. My mom and my dad were together for the first few years of my life. Now, my dad and his family, and his side of the family, weren't really in our lives. My dad has a sister named Tisha. That is my heart, and that's the only one that has always claimed all of her nieces and nephews. The only one that has always had our back. Only one that has always had my mom back. But the rest of his family, like his mom, my dad's mom, she didn't even believe that we were her kids. I mean, that we was his kids. My dad's mom, they thought I was too light. I have like sandy brown hair to this day, and my daughter has sandy brown hair. But I was the only one firstborn with sandy brown hair. They didn't know where I got sandy red hair from. So they didn't believe that I was his child. Then my brother came along. Me and my brother, I think like 4 or 5 years apart. I think I was like 4 or 5 when my mama had him, and he looked exactly just like my dad. So he was the only one that literally the only one that they believed that was his child. But I can say from what I've been told from my mama and my grandma said that my dad still always, did try to do what he could do, while him and my mama was still together. My sister, Nasia, the 20-year-old, she came a little bit later. Her and my brother are like 11 months apart, so she came right after him. But like I was the only grandchild for maybe like 4 or 5 years. And when she came along, they thought she like a Mexican. So they said that she wasn't our dad's child. So anyway, my mom ended up getting a DNA test, and literally we're all his kids, clearly. But yeah, growing up, we never really hung out with the daddy side of the family because once again, they really didn't believe that we was theirs. And even afterwards, they still didn't make an effort to be in our lives outside of, like I said, my Aunt Tisha. like his aunts and everybody else. Who knows where they were at, okay? But my dad's mom ended up passing away, I think when I was like, I don't even know how old I was, but I was young. She ended up passing away. So she wasn't even really, I can't even recall 2 times that I've been to her house. I want to say I do have a memory of her going to her house maybe once. And that was like after I already was like older, talking, walking and stuff like that. I really can't tell you much about that lady. But she died like the first couple years that we were, I think like right after my sister was born. So I had to be like 5 or 6, maybe 7. But yeah, so she passed away. And before she passed away, my dad was, you know, respectful, doing what he needed to do for his kids, so on and so forth. Him and my mama was together. After she passed away, it's like something clicked in my father's head, and he just started going ballistic. He started beating on my mom. He started, you know, using drugs and cheating, and it was just a whole lot of that was going on. And I didn't know that my dad was beating on my mom for so long. And when I first found out about it, I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my brother, like I said, my brother Larry, who's 21 now, I was maybe 5. My brother had to be like, well, I had to be older than 5. I had to be like, I don't know. I had to be like no older than 7. Yeah, I had to be like 7. My brother was like 2 at the time. And if we're 4 years apart, yeah, I had to be like 5 or 6. I mean 6 or 7, and he was like 2 because he was walking at the time. And I walk in the room and I hear my mother crying because my dad is literally beating her. And I literally tried to save my mom. And we'll get into that story another time because I don't really like talk about it. It gets emotional. But I'm just trying to give y'all a little backstory on my parents before I go into me. But yeah. My brother told me, like, he woke me up and he was like, he had to use the bathroom. So I'm taking him to the bathroom, and my mother's bathroom was right across the hall from the bathroom. I mean, my mother's room was right across the hall from the bathroom. And I literally heard her screaming to the top of her lungs. And when I walked in, that's what happened. So we'll go into detail about that story another time. Today's not the day for that. But yeah, ever since then, it's just been a downhill with my father. Like, I've never had a relationship with him since. And I'll get into, you know, how he reacted and stuff like that when he thought that I was pregnant and stuff like that. But I just want to give y'all a quick little rundown. So yeah, my mom basically was a single mom, raising all 5 of us, because by the 3rd kid, he was beating on her and she had to get away. She didn't leave, you know, in the beginning, because of course it's hard. It's hard for women who's getting abused to leave like right off bat. But she eventually ended up leaving, and we end up, you know, moving away to our own place without him. And of course we had other trials and tribulations throughout our whole life with him. Sometimes he would be good, sometimes he wouldn't. Like, sometimes he would come and see us and give us money, and then sometimes he would come around when he on drugs or whatever the case may be, and cuss us out like we're a random man on the street. So I've never really had that bond as a little girl with my father that I feel like other women had the possibility to have. So that may be a reason why now I'm to the age where I am now. I'm 25, and I am so aggressive. I'm so harsh, and I have this block up because I don't trust a soul. And I've never been to therapy. I keep thinking maybe I should start it, but there may be reasons why. And this is why we're creating this podcast, because we're gonna get our feelings out. We're gonna heal and be able to help one another. This is why I'm calling my podcast Breaking a Generational Cycle, because my mama was not the first one to get beat on. Like, my mama went through abuse. My grandmother went through abuse with her children's father. And then her mother, I believe, went through abuse as well. So it's like it's coming down a generational cycle. So that's the abuse part. On top of all 3 generational cycles had their children young. No, we didn't have them all at the same age, but me and my mother for sure we both had our first kids at the same age and literally the same time frame. It's crazy. And then also, you know, sexual assault also went down the family tree as well. So it's just like it's so many pinpoints, and we're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna just explain my story, and then wherever God take this conversation, that's where He gonna take it. So I met my son's dad at a party, a teens party, and I was 11 when I met him. And I know I was 11 because we met in March. My birthday is not until May. And my best friend at the time, her name, I'm not even gonna say her name, but my best friend at the time, it was her 12th birthday, and we were going to a teens club because she was having a party. And you know how like you can either throw a party or you can just go to like a teen party and celebrate your birthday. So that's what she did. We all went to the teen party to celebrate her birthday, but it was like other strangers there that was just like at the party. And that's where we ended up meeting at. Now, I been knew of him like before that party, but I never thought he was cute, never was interested in him. So I didn't even never like pay him no attention. It didn't click in my head that that was the same person that, because I used to be in a summer camp, and I used to go to summer camp with his sister and this other girl. And this other girl used to always like talk to the sister about him, saying he was cute and stuff, but I never really paid no attention because when they showed me pictures, it wasn't nothing. It didn't give, okay? It didn't give cute. So I never paid him no attention. So when I seen him at the party, honey, I guess the lights was off, honey. We was having a good time. And we was just partying, and I don't know what made me get him my number. I don't know. It didn't click in my head. This was literally the same person we were just talking about. So, yeah, the party ended, and after the party, a fight had broke out. And child, he called himself trying to, you know how niggas be like, oh, wait, come over here. Well, I need you to protect me. Don't need you to protect me. But yeah, after the party, a fight broke out. He was like, oh, come over here. And while the fight was going on, we was talking, and he was like, oh, what's your name? Da-da-da-da. And he got my number. So we left the party. I went with my friend back home, and I don't know where he went. But that's how we originally met, at the party. So after the party, I think we started texting, probably getting on Uber or something. I don't know. But we was talking for a little while. Then next thing you know, me and my one of my old favorite cousins, we used to always be together, and she was a few years older than me. So she used to like party promote and stuff like that. So that's how I was always at the party, because she was the party promoter and she used to just bring me along. So me and her used to always, you know, we used to be out, child, at parties, and, you know, just chilling at home. Like, we used to always be together. And one night, I remember the first night I met him, I think my mama was somewhere, and my older cousin used to always watch us. So my cousin was watching us this night, and I think we had set out on the like, you know, in the breezeway. You know, when y'all live in an apartment complex, they got like the breezeway, you can go up the steps, whatever the case may be. We were sitting in the breezeway like all night, me, him, my cousin, and I want to say it was another person, or maybe it was just us 3. But yeah, we just sat outside all night talking, laughing, like we just had a good time. And that was the start of our relationship. Like, we didn't make it official that day, but like from that day when we first had hung out after the party, which was like a couple weeks after we met, we literally like was talking every day nonstop since that day. So anyway, fast forward, you know, we had been dating for a while, and I used to sneak him in. Like, I used to, child, as a kid, you know, we all do stuff that we don't agree with now, because especially now that I'm a parent, baby, that was a no-go. But you know, young, being rebellious, honey, my mama she wasn't really necessarily strict, but baby, you know, black mamas, baby, who coming in this house? Nobody. And my mama was always like, she wasn't always gone, but if she wasn't working, my mama was young, not to mention, when I was 11, my mother was 23. So my mama wanted to have her little party time too. So my mom used to be going out to, you know, parties or with her friends or wherever she was going out to. And my older cousin used to always watch us. So baby, every weekend we knew that we was linking up so that we can go ahead and have us a blast. Okay. And you know, the weekends, I mean, I really wasn't, we weren't in the streets at all. Like these other kids, what they do nowadays, baby, we didn't ever do that. In the streets for us mean, oh, we outside after the street lights and we sitting on the green thing at the park with our little boyfriend chit-chatting. That was outside us. So yeah, he used to always walk over there, and we used to be outside and, you know, just chilling, talking, laughing, kikiing. And then it started getting to the point where I'm sneaking him in at this point without my cousin being there. So baby, at that point, now was damn tied in. And I don't know how I got to that point. I don't know how I got to that point, but he had me tied in. I was young, dumb, and sprung. Okay. So yeah, honey, at this point, I started like doing things that I had never, because he was my first boyfriend. I had never had a boyfriend before. I had never slept nobody in. I had never slept with nobody before. Like, it was just a whole lot of going on. So yeah, honey, oh, and I forgot to tell y'all his age. So he is, I want to say 2.5, 3 years older than me. So I'm 25 now. I believe he like 27. So that means back then, when I was 12, he had to be like 13, 14. He had to be like 14. Yeah. Like 14, 15. I don't know. He's 3 years older than me. 2.5. Yeah, about 2.5 years older than me. Doing whatever the fuck he said do. He said sneak out, I'm sneaking out. He said sneak him in, I'm sneaking him in. Which is not funny because, like, Lanaya, why was you doing that, sis? Why was, like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all are young watching this video, please do not allow these little boys to get y'all out of y'all panties, for one. And don't believe nothing they say, because everything is a lie. Trust me. Trust me. Because if they don't have respect for your mother's house, to come when she allows him, like, to come and ask her, like, okay, can I, you know, sit on the couch? They don't have respect for you, sis. And all they want to do is just get in them panties. And you worth way more than that. You have to have way more self-respect than, oh, sneaking my boyfriend in at night. And I understand we gonna be young, like we was young. You may be young at this time. Who knows? Who knows? We all do some stupid shit. But for my daughter, what I'm going to teach her when she gets older, and what I'm trying to teach y'all young ones that may be watching this video, never settle for less. Okay? And like I said, if he can't respect your boundaries, and he can't respect your mother's household, and ask her, like, can I come like during the day and chill on the couch? Baby, you don't need to come see me at no nighttime, because you know you ain't supposed to be here. And honey, ain't nothing happening at nighttime but opening some legs. Okay? And we too young for that. Well, y'all too young for that. I was too young for that. But, yeah, like, now that I'm older, I know. But back then, it was like, girl, bye. I got me a little boyfriend. I think I'm in love. Honey, I'm sprung. I don't know what's going on. But, baby, honey, I'm doing whatever he say. Okay? And that it makes my skin itch to this fucking day. Okay? Yeah, we was dating for a little minute. And we really weren't even dating for that long, if I'm really being honest. Maybe I can be wrong, because I mean, I don't remember our relationship for real, because it was so long ago, and I feel like everything happened so quickly. But so we met in March, and if Mari was born in April, that means I had to get pregnant with him around like July, end of June, July. Had to. I mean, that's 9 months back. So we really didn't even really know each other that much, if I'm being honest. But hey, we live and we learn. Okay, we live and we learn. And so yeah, I got pregnant in July, I want to say. And when I found out I was pregnant, I didn't even know I was pregnant. Like, it wasn't even like the type where I was able to like take a test. I mean, girl, I didn't even know about no tests or nothing. I didn't know about none of that back then. I didn't have no clue about any tests, birth control. I didn't know about none of that back then. That's why now I'm going to teach my daughter young. We have to start having these conversations with our kids young, because for one, the way the society is going right now, this generation, like this new generation, is sickening. Like, it's a mess. And we have to teach our kids, like, we cannot continue to have them blinded by reality. We have to teach them so that way they know, like, how to handle certain situations when they get into real life shit. Because these 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old kids are now out here killing people, robbing people, stealing. Like, how y'all, what? All we knew about is knocking on somebody's door and running back then. How the hell y'all know about stealing cars, drugs, and all of that? Like, that's just beyond me. It's just crazy. And even when I think back on myself having a kid at 12, like, I be thinking like, well, damn. Like, I just was not, I don't know. Like I said, God don't make no mistakes, because usually you would think like fast little girls that's out here in the streets, like, just it got different little boys and they mama don't care about them. Them be the ones that don't never get pregnant, and then it be the ones that didn't grow up that way. They mamas do actually care about them. They mamas were actually strict and didn't allow them to be here, and there. Mama did not play that. I couldn't go to nobody's house. I couldn't spend all night at friends' houses unless she talked to their mama and she already knew that friend. If she didn't know that friend, oh baby, dang, no, you can't go over there. I could not go nowhere. I couldn't do anything. So it's just like the fact that I end up having my kid at that age when I wasn't even about that life for real. That's how I know God put my son in this world for a reason. Going for a little wellness checkup, and usually, cause all of us went into the doctor's office together, like with my mom, because all of us were so like close together. I mean, close to in age range. But this particular doctor's office visit, they made me go in a room by myself. And like I'm saying, like, I knew that I was doing what I was doing at that time, but baby, once again, my mama was a great mom, but when it came to sitting us down and having talks with us about lively stuff, that didn't happen. So like I said, I didn't know about birth control and getting pregnant, and I didn't know about any of that. All I knew was, oh, I'm with this dude, and I'm just going with the flow at this point. So I didn't think nothing of it when they told me to go in the next room. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, let me go in the next room. Like, I didn't question it. I didn't look. Like, I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think, oh, like, maybe you pregnant. No, I didn't think nothing. So, when I went into the next room, they made me pee, like, you know, give a urine sample before I went into the room. I'm not thinking anything of it. So, I gave them my urine sample, went in the room. I'm just sitting there for a few minutes. And then the doctor, my doctor, her name was Erin Haymore. I love you, girl. I would never forget her. That was my doctor from the time that I found out. Well, I'm pretty sure she was my doctor before then, but I don't remember her. I just, like, from the day that I found out I was pregnant, I remember her from that point forward. And that is a doctor who took my test and, you know, shared the news with me. And she was also Mari's doctor until, like, I think he was like 8, and then she moved away. So literally, from generation to the next generation, she was literally both our doctors, and I love her like no tomorrow because she was my girl. But yeah, so they took me into the next room, and she came back and she was like, well, hey, Miss Reed, I just want to say, you know, congratulations. Huh? What do you mean? What that mean? Like, why are you saying congratulations? No, my mama is not in this room. My mama is still in a room with my siblings. So she's not in my room right now. It's just me and this doctor. And she was like, you're pregnant. Huh? Baby, I know you're not talking about me. There's no way. There's no way. So I'm like, no, babe. Can't be me. Can't be. So she was like, well, yes, and we need to figure out how we're going to tell your mother. No, we don't, because I'm not telling her nothing. I'm not telling her no lie. I can't. You may be thinking that what the fuck you saying is real and what you saying is true. But babe, right now you speaking gibberish because I don't understand what the hell you saying because I'm not pregnant. I'm not. Sorry, Pooh. And she was like, well, babe, you are. And we need to be figuring out how we're going to tell your mother. Either you're going to do it or I can do it. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, you go ahead and do it. Because if y'all not, I'm sorry. So they ended up leaving out the room. And they ended up coming back and giving me, like, I think I had a Hershey's, a Pepsi, and they brought me a blanket because, you know, them doctor's office always be cold. The doctor's office and the hospital. So I was in there freezing. So they brought me, you know, some stuff. Trying to be feeling at home, thinking that was going to make me spill the tea. Baby, you're not getting the tea out of me. Okay. So I'm in there eating my Snickers and drinking my drink. It still have not clicked in my head that this lady just told me that I am literally pregnant. It still have not clicked in my motherfucking head. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be in this room. I'm not going to have to face my mama until after she knows the news. But no, they brought her in that motherfucking room and still was waiting on me to tell her. Baby, I just told you I'm not telling her nothing. I just told you that. You should have told her that outside. So that way, y'all can save me from whatever reaction she about to give. So, they brought her in there, child. And as soon as she came in, I'm just like, I'm looking down. I didn't look up not one time. I don't even think I breathed. A bitch would have been dead. Okay? Because I don't even think I was breathing. I didn't look up. I didn't breathe. I didn't do nothing. She came in there. You know how they be having little chairs on the side. I sat down. She sat down on the chair. I mean, she sat down on the chair. And I figured, I don't really know. My mama, like, she always got this resting bitch face. She always got the resting bitch face. So, you can't really tell my mama, like, already knows something. Or she just mad. Or she just looking. Because literally that's her face 24/7. So, soon as she came in, I'm like, damn, does she already kind of know? But I'm still not trying to look her in her eyes because I'm like, okay, she know what the hell going on. Because like I said, my mother had me at 12. So she probably was like, I literally went through this and now my daughter's going through it. And once again, y'all, my mama was only, if she had me at 12 and I got pregnant at 12, my girl was only 24. 12 plus 12, 24. 24 and you finding out you a grandmother? Like, that is crazy. When I go back and think, I never realized how young my mama was. Like, you know how when we grow up with our mamas and our siblings, we don't really even be knowing how old our mama is for real. We just be knowing that's our mama. So it never really, like, clicked in my head, like, damn, I really feel for my mama and I really salute her to the goddamn T. Because who you know, 24 years old, I already had 5 kids, and not one time was we ever in the system. Not one time was our lights ever cut off. Not one time was our water ever cut off. Not one time did we ever not have food. Not one time, like, we would have never known if my mama was that damn young with all of us. We would have never known. And it's like, now that I'm older and I think back, I'm like, damn. Mama was only 24 when she found out. I don't know how I would react, me, myself at 25, finding out I'm about to be a grandma. I don't know how I would react. So it's like, all the stuff that me and my mama used to go through, my mama used to bump heads. We used to argue like, we're both literally Geminis. So we never got along when we was living in a house together. It was when I moved out and I started, you know, being on my own. That's what kind of brought us back closer. But honey, growing up, we was never the best of friends. But now I can understand because honey, sis was going through a lot, raising all them damn kids by herself with no daddy, and then at one point getting beat on. You know, it's just like it was just a whole lot of. So I'm like, I wonder. I can only imagine. She's told me that she wasn't really registering what the fuck was going on when she found out, but child, I'm gonna let her tell y'all all of that, her side of the story, like how she felt and da. But yeah, so she came in the room and like I said, the doctor looking at me like it was silent for like a good 3, 4, 5 seconds. And you know 3, 4, 5 seconds really feel like 30 fucking minutes when you know some shit about to go down. So I didn't ever say nothing. The doctor just ended up coming out with like, yes, Miss Reed, we did a urine sample on your daughter Lanaya, and it came back positive. Once again, when I was young, I didn't know what the fuck it meant for positive and negative. I didn't know what none of that meant when I was younger. So when she said that term, it didn't really click. But then I'm like, okay, but damn, she did just tell me I was pregnant. So maybe that's her way of telling my mama, like, she's pregnant. My mother looked at me, and she literally, like, when I tell you her facial expression did not fucking change. She didn't open her mouth. She didn't cuss me out. She didn't try to fight me. It literally was just complete shock. Like, she literally was like this for the rest of the time of the month. When I tell you I was for the rest of the appointment, I kid you not, I'm not lying. I am not lying. She didn't say nothing. And like, I was always trying to figure out, like, well, why didn't she say nothing? Like, my mama didn't talk to me for like at least 2-3 months after finding out I was pregnant. She didn't say a word. When I tell you she didn't say a word to me, I bet I even be in her eyesight. She didn't say a word to me when she found out that I was pregnant. From the doctor's office all the way to the time that she got home. Not a word. And like I said, I'm like, I mean, I understand, you know, parents go through things and stuff like that, but I just couldn't understand at the time. But like I said, now that I'm looking back, putting myself in her shoes around the same age, that's why the fuck she was shocked. She like, I got 5 kids already, taking care of by my damn self, and now I'm about to have a whole nother kid because, baby, I'm 12. I couldn't get no job. I couldn't take care of my son, like, financially. I could take care of him physically, but financially, it was gonna be left on her. So yeah, it was a child crazy experience that I would never forget. So yeah. So then the doctor, you know, was asking me questions and was, I think they had told me my due date. I don't even really remember, because after that point, like, I clocked out as well, because I was just so afraid of what my heart beat so damn fast. I was just trying to figure out what my mama was gonna do. I wasn't even listening to what they were saying. So I can't even really tell you what they said for sure after that. But I do remember them asking me, like, if I knew who the dad was and da 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 da. And like I was saying, I was sneaking my baby daddy in. My mama did not know this man. My mama never seen this man until, I'm trying to think, when was mama first time meeting him? I want to say maybe a little bit before I had him, if I'm being honest. Like, even after that point, she still didn't ever meet him. Still never knew what the hell he looked like. And she still didn't know that I had a boyfriend. And I've never told this story on YouTube, but I have told it recently on TikTok. And basically, when the doctor had asked me, like, you know, if I know who my baby daddy is, I'm like, of course. Now, in my mind, I know it's my baby daddy, John. But I didn't tell them that. Why? Because my mama did not know I had a boyfriend. So I was sexually assaulted when I was 11 years old. So literally a year before I had got pregnant with Mari. And when I was sexually assaulted, it was by a dude that I didn't even know. He just lived in our neighborhood. And I don't like to go into the story because I'm still not comfortable talking about that right now. But yeah, I basically was sexually assaulted a year before I had Mari, a year before I had even met John. And I had never done, like I said, John was my first. And I say that's my first because that was my first person I had ever kissed, slept with, anything that was consensual. I didn't consent to doing anything with that dude who did what he did to me. And when the nurse asked me, who was your baby, like, not who your baby daddy is, but do you know who your baby daddy is? I'm like, yeah. But I didn't want my mother to know that I had a boyfriend. My mama knew about the sexual assault thing, but she didn't know when when it first happened. My mother was on a cruise with her best friend when it happened, and my aunt, which is my mama's sister, was watching us. When my mama got back from the cruise, I had never told her. I just kept it to myself. Never told her. So she never knew. Until my father, this was around the time that he was trying to come in and out my life at sporadic points. My father called himself coming to pick me up one day to take me to go get my nails done. And while I was in the nail salon, he had my phone. And when he had my phone, he seen the dude who sexually assaulted me message me on Facebook and say, "Are you going around telling people I raped you?" The dude texted me that on Facebook. My father synced it, and he went off. And he asked my mother, like, "So you telling me that my daughter out here getting S8 and you don't know about it?" And da 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 da. He goes off about it. And I feel like in moments like that, if I haven't even told my mother, that means I'm not comfortable with talking about it. That means this is something that truly hurt me. So instead of you blowing up about it and trying to accuse her and make her the blame for why something happened to me, how about you just talk to me as a father and see am I okay? You didn't ask me if I was okay not one time. You didn't talk to me and console me not one time. Because did you ever think, while you trying to blame my mother for something that I went through while she was out of town and had somebody that she trusted watching me, you didn't ever think if you was in a picture maybe it couldn't have happened. But you weren't in the picture. But instead of you not taking accountability and accepting the fact that you weren't in the picture and still not in the picture may have a effect on it, you just trying to blame her for it. So they got into it about that. And then when I got back home, I told my mama. And once again, to this day, I can't even tell you what my mama said. I can't tell you how she consulted me because I don't remember her saying much of nothing. And still to this day, it kind of like hurts me because it's like if for something like that to happen in my life, and I can't even remember how you reacted, that lets me know that you didn't react like in the way that I needed you to react. But once again, she was young. She didn't know, like, she probably didn't know because her mom, which is my grandmother, didn't really show them love like emotionally. So my mother was always yearning for emotional love. And when we was growing up, we was always yearning for emotional love. So she didn't know how to give emotional love. All she knew how to do was buy us stuff, take us on trips, stuff like that. That's the love she did, materialistic things. So, yeah. So that was still hurting me because it's like, dang, my dad done found out. He trying to blame my mama and cuss my mama out about it and still have not asked me if I was okay. Then now my mama know about it without me even telling her. And I can't even remember how she reacted because I guarantee you it probably wasn't really no reaction for real. So fast forward, like I said, back to the doctor's office. When they asked me who my baby father was, I said, of course, yes, because I knew it was John. But I didn't want to tell her that because she didn't know I was dating him. All she knew about was a year ago, I told her that I was, sexually assaulted. And from her knowledge, this is the only person that, So instead of me, like, dropping all this information on her right now, I'm like, okay, well, let me just, come clean. And I'm going to just say, maybe I'm going to just, like I said, I was 12. I didn't know nothing about, the math had the math, that you had to be 9 months and, da 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 da. Like, I didn't know nothing about that. All I knew is, okay, she know about this person. I'm now pregnant and I don't want her to find out about my new boyfriend. So I'm going to just say, yeah, that was my baby daddy. So, they asked me, for the story or whatever, like, cause I told him, like, well, yeah, I was raped last summer or whatever, cause it happened in the summertime. I was raped last summer and da 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 da, telling them what happened and da da da. So they ended up calling the police in the room. The police had to make a report because, like I was saying, backtrack to when Mama found out, when my daddy found out, y'all want to be pointing the fingers, but not one time did y'all ever call the police and report it. Not one time did nothing ever happened to that man. Nothing. Well, at the time he was like kid. I think he was 16 when I was 11, but still, nothing ever happened to him. No police were called. No reports were done. So it's like, are y'all making this okay? Anyways, So the first report that was made was literally a year later after I had found out I was pregnant with my boyfriend's baby or whatever. So they, made a report or whatever, and the doctor was basically telling me like, well, Anaya, well, that doesn't, the timelines doesn't add up, because if you said it was last summer, then you wouldn't be just now getting pregnant now. Like, I think I was like only like 7 weeks pregnant when I found out I was pregnant. So I'm telling her, baby, make it make sense, because I don't know how to do no timelines, honey. I don't know about none of this. This is new to me. I'm new to this, not true to this. So I didn't know about none of that. So, baby, make it make sense. So after the police had ended up leaving, once again, my mama still ain't said nothing. She's still in that corner, being quiet. Face have not changed. I don't even know if she blinked at this point. It's just me, the nurse, me, the doctor, and the police talking at this point. And even after the police report was done, when I tell you to this day, and I'm 25, this happened when I was 11, but they weren't notified until I was literally at 12 when I found out I was pregnant. I still have not had any updates. Never went to court. Never got a call back, from my knowledge. The police ain't never did shit about it. Never did nothing about it. But they wonder why girls don't feel comfortable coming out and telling people their business. Because it's like, who the fuck got our back for real? Now, like I said, it's the generational curses that happen generation after generation after generation. Because it's just like, I can't even really blame my mama for real. Because like I was saying, she's 24 at this time. She didn't get that love from her mother. She didn't get she didn't feel as though that she could just go to her mom, tell her everything, and she didn't feel, like I said, the emotional, the physical love. She always had food on her plate and had a roof over her head, and was never on the streets. So of course, like, I feel like a lot of black mothers feel as though as long as they provide a roof over your head and food in your body, they feel like they doing the do. Which is good. You're still a good mother for doing that, but honey, y'all gotta learn how to start talking to y'all kids, because her mother didn't talk to her, so she didn't talk to me. So when I was going through these things, and when I, during in life, around the same time that she was going through it when she had me, I didn't have nobody. So it's like, well, damn. When I told you, I didn't get a good reaction. Now I'm, telling the nurses, they done called the police in here just for them not to do shit. Because I didn't, you taking out your notepad, but I didn't hear nothing else about it after that point. My daddy looking at me like I'm just fast as fuck when I'm not. Like, come on now. I don't understand it about black fathers either. Y'all be looking at y'all daughters, instead of y'all taking the time and getting to really know y'all daughters, y'all just be looking at them like they just any other tramp off the street. When that's not the case. So after that appointment, I really can't even, like, if I can go back to my 12-year-old self and really honestly, really truly think about how I was feeling, I really can't even tell you. I really don't even know. I really don't even know, and I really can't tell you. Like, I really do not know where my head was at. I was just scared and I was afraid. I didn't know, one, where life was going to go. I didn't know, two, how everybody was going to react, and what everybody's going to have to say. But I knew for sure I didn't want to give up my child. Because after the appointment, we ended up going to McDonald's. And the only reason we went to McDonald's was because my sister's godmother was with us at the appointment as well. But she was waiting in the lobby. And after the appointment, of course you can see something all on my face that something was wrong. And she asked my mama, like, okay, well, what happened? What's going on? And my mama was like, honey, I need to, talk to you away from all of these kids, in my face or whatever. So where our doctor's office was is by the mall in Winston. So y'all know it's a McDonald's right across the street from the mall. So we went to that McDonald's, and it was a play place inside the McDonald's, and the kids went up there and started playing, and then they sat me down. I'm on this side of the table. They both on this side of the table. And mama still ain't said nothing. She just, they sat me down, and basically she was telling Candy, which is my sister godmama, like, well, what happened, And my mama would just basically tell her, like, yeah, but now you're pregnant. Now you're pregnant, and da-da-da-da. So Candy was like, well, what y'all want to do? And my mama like, well, what you thinking about doing? So my mama was like, she was like, she didn't know. she was like, you know, that her family doesn't believe in abortion. She was like, but she can't afford to take care of the kid right now. And plus, she don't have no money for no abortion. So when Candy asked me, I told her straight up, I'm not aborting my baby. That never crossed my mind. It never came to my mind. That never was an option. Yes, I know that I was 12. And yes, I know I couldn't get no job at that time. But baby, I'm not giving away my baby, because obviously God put my baby in this world for a reason. So ever since that point, mama didn't make me get an abortion. My mama didn't make me do anything that I didn't want to do. And when I told them that I didn't want an abortion and I was going to keep my baby, that's exactly what I did. And like I was saying, after that point, when I say when we got home, we stood and had a conversation. A month down the line, we stood and had a conversation. She didn't talk to me for a good 2 months. I'm kid you the fuck not. Then, you know, Candy, you know, just talking to me. I can't really remember exactly what she was saying, but y'all know when people find out stuff, they just be giving you a lecture, you know, trying to get in your head. Baby, I just found out I'm shocked as hell my damn self. I'm not trying to hear all of that. So I don't even know what she was really saying, but you know, she was talking to me or whatever. And then they ended up calling my grandma. Of course, my grandma was upset with me, and she was talking to me. She was on speaker and telling me how she was disappointed, and I could do so much better, and da 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 da. Oh no. So after the appointment, we went home, and all of that time is a blur, because I don't remember Mama interacting with me for a good 2.5, 3 months after that point. So I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Probably in my damn room, on my phone, on my computer. Don't know. My camera just died because I didn't know we've been talking for like an hour and a half. Baby, I talked too much, okay? But I'm now on my phone, so sorry if the quality changed. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, because this is enough for episode 1. And just stay tuned for episode 2. Tell me how y'all like it down below in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in this episode as well, like the reactions of my baby father as well as my dad, and then we're gonna close it out. But yeah, so that was the reaction of my mother, because I can't even remember where I left off at. My baby dad, he didn't go, like I was saying, it was just a regular checkup. So it wasn't like he left a doctor with me to know. So I ended up texting him. I don't remember if it was the night of, or maybe the next day. I can't really remember, but I know I ended up messaging him on Messenger. My phone wasn't even on at that time, so I've always was texting off Messenger. So I remember I texted him on Messenger, and I was like, I'm pregnant. And his reaction was bland. He didn't call me, none of that. He just texted back and he was like, stop lying. Or like he said something of that nature, like, I know you lying or something. Nigga, no, I'm not lying. Fuck. I said I'm pregnant. Now what you gonna do about it? Maybe it's your motherfucking fault. Okay. So yeah, his reaction was very bland. And I remember he asked me something like, well, are you gonna keep it or something like that? And that was strike 1, ladies. That should have been strike 3. Even though that was strike 1, it should have been strike 3, and I should have left his ass where the fuck he stood right then and there. Because what you mean? You gonna get me pregnant, been sneaking in my motherfucking mama house, knowing you ain't supposed to be sneaking in, been getting me in trouble, because baby, we got caught a couple times. We done got caught a couple times with me trying to sneak him in. So baby, I done got in trouble behind you. Now I'm pregnant behind you, and you ask me what the fuck I'ma do? No, bitch, what the fuck you gonna do? I'm a new woman, so let me keep my composure. But yeah, baby, that should have been it for me right there. But it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, that was his little reaction. Very dry, it was given like, oh, what you gonna do? Like, you keeping it? Excuse me? Yeah. So I don't really even remember us really much talking about it after that point. I think we changed the conversation, because I ended up telling him like, yeah, duh, or whatever. And my mom and his mom ended up having a conversation. So his mama ended up finding out about it from my mom. And I can't remember like how far after I found out they had the conversation. Don't know, because it was fucking 12 plus years ago. But I do know they had a conversation. And his mom is like very laid back. She the type of mom was where she don't care what her kids do. So she probably really didn't give a fuck for real. Because, yeah. So she probably didn't really care for real because she didn't even care what her own damn kids did. And she was laid back, like she laid back the cool type. So she didn't say too much of nothing. It was her damn girlfriend. It was her girlfriend that was the one that was talking. And it was the girlfriend that rubbed me the wrong motherfucking way. So, you know, they having a conversation. I'm been telling her like, yelling out, you're pregnant. Before I can even really get too much out her mouth, the girlfriend chiming in like, oh, well, why is she having a baby? Y'all need to make her get an abortion and she only 12 and blah, 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 blah. Hold on, babe. This ain't got shit to do with you. Okay, boo? You not the mama. You not the daddy. You not the grandma. You not the fucking granddaddy. Okay? You're not no kin to my child. You're not going to have to take care of this child. So whatever me and us, whatever we got going on ain't got shit to do with you, babe. Because, baby, you're probably not going to be here 2 seconds later. You're just a girlfriend. You're just an add-on. You're just a plus one. So, baby, don't ever overstep the boundaries as if we ever gave a fuck about what you had to say. So, yeah, her mama, like, I only had to tell her, like, for one, babe, don't ever get it twisted. Because one thing about it, like I was saying, the women in my family, we're strong as hell. And, baby, we don't take nothing. And we don't depend on man nigga to do nothing for us, yet alone our damn kids. So she had to basically just explain, like, hold on, babe, this ain't got nothing to do with you, for one. And then for two, regardless if this other side of the family is in his life or not, you best to fucking believe Zamari's gonna be getting taken care of with or without y'all in his goddamn life. And Zamari is now 12. That whole been left in the fucking dust. Probably maybe a year after that situation happened. Don't know. That child ain't been together I don't know how long. So she been left in the dust. On top of the fact, baby, y'all ain't did nothing. Y'all ain't really did nothing for real for him his whole life. So, like we said, and like what we meant when we said, he gonna get taken care of with or without y'all sorry asses, okay? And it's not even the fact that I'm even calling his family sorry. Because don't get me wrong, John's mom, she has done her part here and there. Like the whole damn family don't do what they supposed to be doing as that side of the family. But I mean, what do you expect? That's always how it is with the daddy family. The mama family always put in more work than the dad side, in some cases. And I have never like not disliked them. I ain't never like ever like hated them or talked down on them for them not being in his life how they supposed to. Because at the end of the day, this is not y'all kid. I didn't have no kid with y'all. I didn't have a kid with y'all. So I don't expect y'all to do what y'all, to do nothing because that's not y'all damn child. But him on the other hand, he supposed to be in it. And for you as his mama or like his sister used to do stuff here and there, for y'all to be doing stuff more than him is insane. That's fucking sickening. Because even though you was a kid at the time, nigga, you're 27 now. And you still don't do shit. And I don't ever talk down with him because, baby, it ain't no point. When God bless me, I don't have no reason to bring anybody else down to make me feel better, baby. Because my son, he's still getting taken care of with or without anyone. Hell, it could be somebody on my side of the family. Baby, he gonna still get taken care of regardless. I never stopped him, from seeing his dad. If he want to go over there, he can go over there. If John want to see him, he can always call me, like, oh, let me see my son. He just don't do it. So relationship is very open for it to happen. He just don't want it to happen. So as long as I do my part, that's all I care about. And then with my dad, child, I honestly can't even tell you what was his reaction because I don't even remember me ever telling him. And once again, he wasn't even my damn life for me to be telling him about shit I had going on. He didn't even do for me or none of my siblings. So he wasn't even important enough for real for me to even tell him anything about what I had going on. So I honestly don't even know how my dad found out. But of course, everybody talks. So he ended up finding out. And I don't remember him ever approaching me about it either. I found out my daddy knew because I was in high school at this time. So my son was already born. I want to say my son was maybe about 2. And this girl walked up. We was passing each other in the stairwell. And me and her didn't even really talk for real. We just knew of each other because we went to the same school, and our school was very small. And she stopped me in the stairwell and was like, "Hey, Naya." She was like, what's your son's name?" And I'm like, "Zamarius." No, I'm lying. Soon as she seen me, she was like, "Hey, Naya, I seen your daddy." And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Girl, how you know who my daddy is?" And as y'all know, Cleveland is the hood. And I think she lived in Cleveland, and my daddy used to always be in Cleveland. Baby mama didn't allow me to be in no Cleveland. So whatever went on in the hood and how he found out about me being pregnant, baby, I don't know, I can't tell you. But she was saying that she had seen him in Cleveland and overheard him talking about me or something, and somebody asked him like, "Well, what, what's your grandson name? What's your grandson name?" And he was like, "I don't know, whatever the hell a damn 11-year-old would fucking name a child." First of all, babe, I'm not 11. Second of all, what? Like, this is how fathers react, and this is how you talk about me to somebody else when you ain't even came to me. Ain't asked me, once again, ain't asked me if I'm good, ain't asked me if my child is good. You don't even know what the hell my child look like. You can't even tell me when the fuck my birthday is, yet alone when the hell his birthday is. But you got some nerve to be in the fucking hood talking down on your daughter, your first kid at that. Like, are you crazy? I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts. And this is what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, we're going to get into it. But this is why I say it's some shit that we done been through. And God done made me so strong to the point where I can only thank him. I can only thank him. Because imagine being 12 years old, still going to school, because I still went to school the whole time, all the way up until like I was 8 months, and then I got homeschooled. So I was still going to school pregnant. Everybody and their mama seeing me, once I started showing, asking questions, blah blah blah, they probably going home telling their parents talking shit. Baby, I knew. I even had a teacher, her fucking name was Miss Pfeiffer. Baby, I would never forget you either, honey. Thank you for giving me all the motivation I need. She even was talking down to me to another damn student. And the student that she was talking down to, honey, the student was hood, ratchet, always getting in trouble, never used to be at school, and used to try to be my damn friend. And then she heard us talking one day in fucking chorus, and gonna tell her, "Well, you don't need to be hanging out with her, because I don't need you to be associated with somebody like that, and you're having kids," and da. Excuse me? Baby, I called my grandma in 2.5 seconds. She was up to that goddamn school, and they would not let her back there. Because who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck you talking about? Like, we have to learn to do not judge a book by its cover. Because y'all don't know, like, stuff that y'all say about people, certain stuff that we may say about people and we think is funny, or we think like, "Oh, it's okay," or something like that, it's really hurtful to the next person. And I may be strong enough to take it, and I may was strong enough to take it at 12, but imagine if I wasn't strong enough to take it. Imagine if I wasn't strong enough and to take all the damn stereotypes and all the damn shit that people told me that I wasn't going to be able to do, and still accomplish everything that I was able to in life. Still graduated high school, still graduated college. Now I'm working at a corporate office, trying to get my life together. Why the hell Sally and Sue, who the hell had so much to say about me back when the hell they kids was going to damn prep with me, y'all goddamn kids either got kids out the ass, probably got 2, 3, 4 kids now, daughters in jail, or on the damn streets. Y'all taking care of the damn kids. Baby, the grandmama was never the damn mama, the damn baby on my end. One thing about it, my mom and my grandma, helped me, well, like I said, with everything financially with my son growing up. But baby, I was the one who still had to get up at the middle of the night. I was the one who still had to get him ready for daycare and get him ready for school and come right back home and still get him together and stuff like that. Baby, they didn't play that. It wasn't no, oh yeah, I'm about to throw this baby off on you and I'm about to go outside. No. That's not what it gave. Never gave that. So, like I was saying, I'm like, when I think about on life, like back on life, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's just, God is just so amazing, because I always used to question, like, well, dang God, why did I have to be the one that had a kid? And I literally, first boyfriend, first time, you know, trying to do something, trying to get out there and think I'm grown. But it's just like, these other girls be out here doing way worse stuff and never had kids until now, and then still didn't take care of their kids. But God, like, baby, don't question me, because everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason, because I was young and I was dumb and falling behind my baby father before I had my son. But my son was 3 months old when I left him. And I left him because I asked him for some Pampers and he couldn't give me no damn Pampers for my baby. And that was the end of the straw for me. But I was taking so much from him before I had my son. I was taking the different girls. I was taking the cheating. I was the one crying and still going back, still sinking him in. Like, I was taking so much stuff from him before I had my son, and it took for me to look at my son and actually grow that bond with my child. And you can't even buy my fucking child no goddamn Pampers, but you think you still gonna continue to stick on mama's house and continue to try to lay up with me? No. God knew I was gonna be one of his strongest soldiers. He knew it from the beginning. I just didn't see it, but now I see it. He knew that my son was going to be able to be the one to motivate me to do better. Because if I probably never had my son, baby, I probably would still be young and dumb over a nigga. Probably wouldn't be that nigga. Probably be another nigga. But I still probably be young and dumb. Nobody knows. But he made me have that kid so that I can get my shit together. He made them people talk about me so that I can work as hard as I work. Because when I tell you now, like, I say things, like I say that stuff didn't hurt me because I'm, like I said, I'm a very strong-minded person, and I try to be very strong and not let shit get to me. So it may not have gotten to me to the point where I'm like, oh, crying about it, nothing like that. But if I really sit down and think about it, it really did get to me. Because when I tell you I work so hard and I'm my biggest fucking critic, and I never allow myself to think that I'm accomplishing shit. Why? Because every time I accomplish something, I'm trying to move on to the next step, because I feel like I'm not doing enough. And that comes from the childhood trauma of me being told constantly, like, oh, you're just a fast little girl, you're not gonna be anything, and da 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 da. You're gonna be just like your damn mama. Your mama had you young, now she got all these kids, da 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 da. What do you mean just like my mama? Because even though my mama still had all of them kids, she still graduated high school as well. And once again, kid ain't never been taken by the system, never been through none of the shit half of these goddamn hood parents be going through. So I mean, what are we gonna go through for real? But I'm glad people said that, because it made me fight 10 times harder. And I still fight to this day, to the point where I never settle for less. When I graduated high school, I knew immediately I was going to college, because I wanted to make better for myself. I was the first generation to go to college and graduate college. My mom and my grandma didn't do that. None of my aunts and uncles did that. My daddy didn't do that. So it's just like, that was a proud moment for me. But even after I graduated college, okay, now what? Now what? I wanted to work into the corporate America, got into corporate America, and now I don't like it. I'm ready for something else. Now I'm ready to leave it and start a new journey, doing something else. Like I'm never comfortable. I never get comfortable, because I'm always working on my next move. And I have to sometimes tell myself, like, now you just calm down. You're doing great. Girl, tell yourself you're doing great. Stop saying you're not doing enough, because you are. No matter where y'all at in life, even if y'all don't even have everything that y'all don't want to have right now, you still are doing better than you used to. Wherever you were this year last time, you're doing better than that. So just allow yourself to have grace, and allow yourself to have joy, and just enjoy the moment. Because if we constantly keep trying to get to the next step in life, we're not even enjoying the moment to even be able to get to the next point and look back on all the shit that we can cherish, because we too busy trying to get to the next step. We can't even cherish what God got given us right now. So I'm going to end this out right here, because I told y'all I talk too much. I got my journal because I think at the end of my podcast, I want to start sharing with y'all. I want to start sharing with y'all like little like basically words that I hear out the week, like from different pastors. Sometimes it may be scriptures, I don't know, but today is going to be a word from a pastor that really stuck with my situation. I said the podcast is called Breaking Generational Curses, and the pastor, his name is Pastor Henderson. I had never listened to this pastor before, never heard of him before. And I just so happened to be looking on YouTube, and I was looking for either Pastor Mike's or Sarah Jake's sermon, or whatever. And I couldn't find nothing that was catching my eye that particular day. And I ran across his video. And the title of his video was, I think it was called like Getting Over Hurt or something like that. But basically in his video, he was talking about generational curses and explaining how it starts and how we have to stop the cycle and blah blah blah. And it was like, that's just crazy as hell, because I literally just seen that video a week ago, and I was praying to God, asking to God, like, Lord, please take away my nervousness, take away any anxiety that I may have, and allow me to just be able to just talk and just allow me to go with the flow. Like, I be in my head so much, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all know that because I'm literally chatting right now. But I'm just telling y'all, God be really having my back, because it's crazy. I never heard this pastor pray and ask God to give me guidance on how to flow my channel. And I literally ran across this video, and he's talking about damn generational curses. I am literally God's favorite, and it means so much, okay? But yeah, let me read what the word that I felt like just stuck out to me. And basically he was saying, whenever you do something as a result of trauma and get angry with people who do not accept it, and then you go and say that you're not going to do it anymore, it's basically just continuing the pattern. We have to learn how to go through things without letting things go through us. So let me say that one more damn time. Whenever you do something as a result of trauma and get angry with people who don't accept it, and then say like, all right, I'm not fucking with them no more. I'm not dealing with them no more. I'm not gonna do it no more. You're not doing anything but continuing the pattern. Why? Because when we go through things, we have to learn how to go through things instead of letting things go through us. So go through things without letting things go through you. You have to accept it, embrace it, and exceed it. When I tell y'all that was a word right there, that was a word right there. You have to accept, embrace, and exceed. We cannot continue to keep allowing things to go through us instead of us going through it. Like, go through it, get over it, and move on. Okay, that's all. That's the motto. Go through it, get over it, and move on. That's all we can do in this life. So I think I'm gonna stop right there. I know this podcast, this is my first one, and honey, like I said at the beginning of the video, we're not doing this the regular way. We're not doing this anybody else's way. I'm gonna do this my way. And baby, we're a family. So this is just supposed to be a conversation between me and y'all. This ain't gonna be okay, this is a topic. We're gonna talk about point. We're not doing no bullet point shit. We're not doing that. I hate doing that fake stuff. We're gonna keep it genuine. We're gonna keep it real. And sometimes we may cry. Sometimes we may, get angry, yell, want to scream. It don't matter. But we're gonna let it out. And this is just the beginning of the journey, because I'm gonna heal by talking to y'all, and then eventually I'm gonna be able to help y'all heal with whatever generational curses y'all may be going through. I mean, it's all life. That's what we have to realize. Everything we go through is just life, and we have to learn how to get through it and stop thinking that we the only person on this earth that may be going through it, or we may be going through the worst, when it's hella people that's going through worse than what the hell we go through. So I just want to thank God before I close it out. Thank God for giving me this vision. Thank God for giving me the ability to just be strong and bring this to light. And I don't know, I'm gonna stop saying it. I know it's gonna go somewhere, and I don't know when, but I know it's happening. So make sure y'all just stay tuned for the journey and tell me how I did my first podcast video. And I want y'all to stop damn being scared to leave comments, and cause y'all be liking, and when I like see people out, they be saying like, oh, I watch your videos, but y'all never interact with me. Y'all never commented on my video. Y'all never tell me how I'm doing. Tell me how I'm doing. I just want to know. I just want to know, because we're a family at this point. Don't be scared, because baby, I'm not mean. I can get a little mean, but I'm not mean. I welcome you with open arms. And I don't, baby, I'm not stuck up. I may look stuck up. People be saying that, baby, I'm not. So don't be afraid. And yeah. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at _Lanaya, LAN with 5 A's. Make sure I got y'all notification bell on, so next time I post a video, y'all will get notified. Of course, we all know this was still my channel, like my blogging channel. I'm still gonna be doing vlogs, and I don't really know what my schedule gonna be yet for the podcast. I was thinking like posting maybe like once a month. I was gonna say once a week, but baby, y'all know I can't even post a damn vlog once a week. What I think I'm gonna do with posting a damn podcast once a week. So we're gonna try posting once a month with the podcast, and then the vlogs, you know, in between. I don't know, wherever God take me. But I love y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed you guys self for tonight. I hope I didn't talk y'all head off, and I hope y'all stayed here until the end. If y'all did, comment down below, let me know y'all stayed to the end. And let me know what y'all want me to talk about for my next podcast. And I'm not even playing, I'm serious. Comment down below. Toodles.
Now it's a press bitch that's watching me from some fake pages. Close friends turn to enemies, cause really all the bitches been hating.